Hello everyone and welcome to something a little bit different. No, who am I kidding me? This is very different than usual. This game popped up for me the other day and I've been curious about it and I just couldn't resist. Alright. It's got cats. It's got dating. It's just perfect. Say it with me. Perfect. The perfect date. And I don't even know what to think about this thing, but we're gonna find out together just what is going on here. So current playthrough, I guess nothing. All-time progress 00000. Chapter 1 not started. Yeah, we're starting a new game. Okay. So, oh, you have different scientists, okay. And they are nameless. So, I'm a dude. I'm a dude who seems more like this kind of dude. Gonna name him Fern. Yes, he will be a Fern. Autosave notifications. This game supports an autosave feature. Please don't turn off your game while it is saving. I guess there's no saves coming if I'm angelic. I guess that's how it's supposed to be. We're gonna try and play it the way it's supposed to be. No saves coming, no, oh my gosh, horrible things, but, oh, already in. I'm not sure how long we've been sailing, but it feels like forever. I'm not feeling too well now, so it's a huge relief to hear the deck lad shout. Island approach! Make yourself ready. I'm finally here! When I applied last month, I was just another broke student living off of baked beans and didn't really think I had a chance of being accepted to be part of the prestigious Cat Island research team. Cat Island research team, okay. Yet here it is, the little black dot in the distance growing bigger by the second is the infamous Cat Island, the place I will call home for the next few months. My heart momentarily skips a beat. What if there's been a mistake? What if they accepted someone else's application and accidentally sent the offer to me? I might rummage about in my bags until I find the papers. DP Corporation. Dear Fern, we are pleased to be able to offer you the position of research assistant to Professor Popper. Popper, okay. At our research facility on Cat Island. I guess there's going to be a ton of cat puns in this one. The position will be for an initial period of 8 weeks. Your contract will be sent separately. We look forward to working with you. Yours sincerely, Professor Popper, PhD, BSc Huns, PD. What does that even mean? I don't know. If anyone knows, please tell me, because I think that's just a bunch of just honorifics that don't mean anything. But yeah, it's like something too good to be true. I can pretty much understand that. It's like, oh my gosh, is this actually happening? And is this actually happening to me? So I can... But it sounds like this person has some pretty low self-esteem, or it's like their first kind of big break. No mistake, that's my name right there in the top left-hand corner, Fern. And there's his name at the bottom, the genius behind this whole operation. Professor Popper, science genius, and my new boss! Cool, I have a cat fanatic for a boss, that's... can't be too bad. I look up from my papers to see dry land rapidly approaching before us. It seems to be surrounded by a huge barrier of impenetrable black rocks. As we get closer, we're not slowing down and I begin to worry that we're going to crash into them. Then, at the very last moment, we take a sharp turn to the left and suddenly, we're sailing smoothly towards a jetty through an opening on the rocks. Must be a pretty small boat to actually be able to take a sharp turn, but that's just personal experience. I blow out the breath that I've been holding and break into a smile. Nicely done, Skipper! I mean, I wonder if he can actually hear that, but whatever. The ferryman comes out from behind the steering wheel, ignoring my attempts at camaraderie, and shouts rather brusquely. Take all your Woo! Let me try that again. Take all your belongings. We won't be back for days, so don't leave nothing you'll need. Don't leave nothing you'll need. Thank you. I smile weakly as the ferryman and his son pick up my bags, ready to disembark. We glide seamlessly to the wooden jetty, and the son leaps ashore to tie us off. He's greeted by a bulky man in a uniform, who I take to be a security officer of some kind. Joe. Sir? Caught you a mouse. And then he laughs loudly as though he said the funniest thing he's ever heard. It's very disconcerting. Yes, it is. What's going on? The security guard remains surly and turns his attention to me. Let's be having you then. He holds out his large hand, which I assume to be an offer to help me off the boat. But as I reach out to take it, he snatches it away, throwing me off balance so that I almost fall over the side. What a great start. Oh, that's what he wanted, the ID card. Okay, of course. I reach into my back pocket and hand over the laminated card I was given on the mainland. Date issued, 1/1/17. Can I not edit anything here? Okay. Alright. Cool. He barely looks at it before striding off, grunting over his shoulder. This way. I follow him down a dirt path and get to my first proper view of the island. It's beautiful! Lush and green, I'm already under its spell. After no more than a couple of minutes trekking, we're in base camp, which consists of an assortment of tents and huts. Among them are two more solid-looking structures, one larger and one smaller. I presume these are labs? It would be best if you're handling like chemicals and stuff and testing things that it doesn't get blown off easily. The whole camp is moderate but functional. It reminds me of an army outpost. Sure. I've never been to one, but probably something temporary but usable. I'm struck by the lack of people. In fact, there's no one around apart from an older woman sitting outside, peeling a pile of potatoes. I smile and give her a little nod, but she just stares back at me. Mrs. Marigold. I try not to get paranoid. Here. He stopped at the largest of the tents, indicating that I should go inside. Okay. Is this my tent or someone else's? I feel rude just walking in, so I make my presence known first. Hello? A firm but friendly voice calls out. Come! Ah, it's Dr. Popper. Oh my gosh, the mess. I walk in and there he is, hunched over some documents, the great Professor Popper, in all his glorious mess. Sir, it's an honor to meet you. Apparently not at all fazed by how everything looks. Yes, you must be Fern. Come on in, my dear. Glad to have you on board. Good journey? Well, long. Yes, indeed. We're rather tucked away here. Let me offer you some refreshments. Water, coffee, something stronger, perhaps whiskey. what do I do here? I'm fine, thank you. Just some water if you have some. It would be rude to let you drink whiskey on your own. Is he drinking whiskey right now? I don't know. I mean, would it be rude to take whiskey if he wasn't? I'd love a cup of tea if there's a pot on the go. We don't really have much indication whether he's British. If he was British, I would go with the tea. I'm not a tea drinker myself. You know, it was a long trip, and it's always easier to talk over something. It at least keeps your hands from just fidgeting, so yeah, I'll take some water. Just some water would be great if you have some. Now that's something we have an abundance of. There are plenty of safe natural springs on the island, but we have the bottled kind too. Ooh. I mean, I'll be fine with a spring, but I mean, I guess it's safer. I'm relieved as he passes me a bottle. I'm not too keen to start drinking from natural sources until I have personally checked that they're not used as cat urinals. Yeah, I mean, Cat Island, I guess there would be like a lot of cats, although they usually prefer doing that in sand. Anyways, it will take you a while to find your way around and discover how it all works. So for today, I thought I would just get you kitted out and maybe introduce you to some of the locals. The cats, that is. I believe you've already met most of the local humans. This is like the third person I've met that's part of the island, so does no one live here? Oh, I've only met the ferryman and the security guard who brought me here. Yeah, that's about it. And the lady outside? Ah, Mrs. Marigold. Her and her husband are the caretakers. Wonderful couple, the Marigolds. You'll meet them before too long. We're a tidy little family here, Fern, and I'm sure you'll fit in nicely. Thank you, sir. I hope so. I do hope so, because that's like not a whole lot of people that you can just ignore. Ooh. Okay, so first things first. This is your basic kit. Okay, he begins going through a pile of things on his desk, explaining each of them in turn. All right, pay attention. We have a backpack. You can put everything in it. We will be going on plenty of field trips, so it will be very useful. Okay, as will your own water bottle. Yeah, you want to have water with you on trips. Some disinfectant hand spray. Sure, good to be clean. These are heavy-duty reinforced gloves, which are essential when tagging cats out in the wild. Yeah, you don't want rabies. Don't want any scratches from felines. We don't know now, do we? Yeah, I mean, scratches, bite, everything. No, I'd rather like leave with all of my fingers. I suppose not. I shove each item into my new backpack as he gives them to me. Likewise, these goggles are to be brought along on all field trips. This slot here, he indicates to a small pile of what looks like laundry. Gosh, where? Which pile? Is basic uniform, lab coats, masks, stethoscope, etc. Portable first aid kit, camping knife with all tool attachments, so like a Swiss Army knife or something, you know, basic. Finally, and without doubt, most importantly, is the Pokedex. No, the Catadex. This? What is this? Holds up something that looks a lot like a mobile phone, except it clearly isn't one. No, it's got like an extra screen on it and way too many buttons nowadays. This is your catalog. Oh. Catalog. Good boy. Catalog, yeah. Yes, the name comes from its earliest version. It was initially designed to record and store data on the cats, scan them, and log their details. But as you see, we've come a long way since then. Now you can use it to communicate with the rest of our team. I've added everyone's contact details for you. Listen to music, take photos. There's even a pen that comes with it to insert microchips into the back of cats' necks so that we can keep track of them? What? You do that with a pin? What kind of pin is this? Okay, poppers is an interesting contraption. It is a very valuable piece of equipment, Fern, and I need you to protect it above all else. Do you understand? Yeah, I get it. I think. What have I gotten myself into? He is looking me directly in the eye and clearly expects a response. With that smug smile of his, yes. Answer me, Fern. Answer me. Come on, Fern, give me an answer. What's your answer? Yes, sir, of course I will look after it. Yes. Good! You'll get to know all the functions as you go along, but for now, I suggest we take a stroll out and see if we can't find a few friends to introduce you to. So that you can try it out. Okay. He hands me the gadget. I feel a bit nervous taking charge of it, but also really keen to have a go. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh, this music is going to be an earworm. It just loops way too much. We head down to the beach, the professor explaining things as we go. The mixture of terrain on Cat Island is quite unique. Even in such a relatively small area, you'll find forests, mountains, jungle, beaches, woodland, all of these different geological and ecological zones in one place. It really is most remarkable. So everything except, like, snowy mountains? Cool. It certainly is. Even the lack of wildlife is in itself quite remarkable. No, actually not really. I mean, cats kill everything. So if there's an island of nothing but cats, I mean, here we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cats already in the background. Probably no birds left. Few snakes left. No rodents left. Yeah, everything is gone except for the cats. What do you mean, Professor? Well, put simply, there is a type of force field that surrounds the island, disallowing anything to enter. Really? That's a force field. There's a force field that's keeping things from getting here other than... Okay. You mean literally anything? Absolutely. No birds, fish, or creatures of any kind can penetrate. Forgive my lack of intelligence on this subject, but, we're here. The professor lets out a disconcertingly loud laugh. Ha ha ha! I see what you mean. Well, there is, of course, one small break in this invisible wall, and that is where we built the jetty. But let's not get too bogged down in all this right now. What you do need to know is that basically the island is shaped like a peanut. Okay? He has picked up a nearby stick and draws a simple map in the island. Yeah, that's a peanut. This is our end of the island. It is very well known to us now. We've been researching here for many years. The other end is not so familiar to us. We have encountered difficulties that have hindered our progress in the region. Okay. What type of difficulties, Professor? What was that? Well, we're not as sure as we'd like to be, but what can I tell you? What I can tell you is that the environment has an adverse effect upon humans, inducing nausea at the very least. So was that nausea? I take it? And at the worst, fainting, migraines, possible nerve damage. Nerve damage! Gosh, that's serious. No. Really? Really? Come out and you're paralyzed. I can't move. As I say, it's best to keep away, but let's not go into all that now, my dear. You've had a long day for now. Let's just say that we refer to the far end of the island as the danger zone, with good reason. So I guess that's like where the force field gets stronger and... What? What is going on? Why is this a thing? I must ask you not to put yourself at risk by venturing beyond this mountain range here. Here first to the map once more, drawing a line just past the center, and the next through the end section. There are wild, aggressive cats out there. I wouldn't want you to get too close to them. It's just cat. It's not like there's lions, are there? There are lions and pumas and panthers, oh my. Unlike our lovely fellows closer to home. He has led me to a spot where a few cats are lounging about. What do you say we try out your catalog now, Fern? I guess so. He stoops down and picks up one of the animals, a disgruntled-looking cat who was sleeping under the shade of a palm tree. That's a very large cat. The cat lets out a displeased meow, but doesn't struggle. Its large body, billowing with long orange fur, just sort of hangs in the professor's arms in lazy resignation. Would you like to have a go at scanning this delightful chap? I find the on switch and somewhat timidly activate it. Ooh. The gadget immediately comes to artificial life, emitting a boop 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 sound with a red pulsating light. I select the app labeled CAT scan and it loads instantly. There's no delay on this thing. Damn, that's actually nice. No warm-up time or anything, just go. Professor holds the cat towards me with arms outstretched. I'm sure he said the scanning chip is implanted in the back of the neck somewhere, but it's difficult to find this one's neck amidst the thick cloud of fur. I blow to make a party and press the catalog to its skin. It's a bit like scanning groceries in the supermarket where I used to work. That should do it. And he plops the marmalade Tom back into the shade. Okay. Sure enough, upon withdrawal, I find the cat has been successfully scanned. Meow. Floofy Butt. Aptly named. Floofy Butt, gender male, 10 years, 4 months. That's an old cat. Jeez. Breed, red tabby Persian, eye color red. Huh. Amazing! Clever, isn't it? A large part of your job here will be to tag and scan the cats such as Mr. Floofy Butt here. But it looks like you'll have no problems at all in that area. Excellent work, Fern. I mean, yeah. It's pretty easy as long as you can get a hold of them, and that one was just kind of blah. Thank you, sir. I can't wait to get started. He is so young and happy. Well, why don't you get a bit more practice with the catalog and scan the rest of them while we're here? These 5 spend a lot of time together. They're like a little family, aren't you? Oh, yes, you are. I think he's a fan of cats. I mean, look at that. Look at that happy picture over there. The professor seems to be a genuine cat lover, like me. I think we're going to get on great. Okay, here goes. No help this time. Professor steps back. The first cat I approach is very friendly, with beautiful calico marking. Comes towards me, already purring. Oh, meow. Trixie. It's kind of a shame we already get the name before actually finding out who it is, scanned in and all that, but whatever, minor details. Oh, it's a youngin'. 3 years old, 8 months, calico American short hair, eye color green. Ooh, I like green. It's a pretty eye color. Female. Okay. Next is an elegant, sleek, hairless cat, sitting gracefully in the sun. She doesn't pay me much attention and allows me to scan her with minimal fuss. Meow. Snooty Booty, a female, 11 years, 1 month. Breed Sphinx, eye color blue. Ooh, grandma. Fourth cat I approach is a noisy one. Meow, 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 meow. McMurphy, male, 6 years, brown, crossbreed, green, eye color. Another good color. And finally, the one I've deliberately put off until last. He's been skulking around the edges of activity, eyeing me suspiciously, as though he could pounce at any moment. Huh. I laugh at myself already projecting personalities onto these animals. It's just cats, come on. Oh. A hiss! He's really not happy. Kibbles, male, 3 years. White British long hair, green. All done! I hope you enjoyed meeting some of the locals. Professor lets out a little laugh. I have a feeling you'll get to know them quite well in time. That's probably enough for your first day, don't you think? Quite a lot to take in. I mean, it's not too terrible. I'm suddenly exhausted and grateful to be heading back to camp. I mean, yeah, excitement does tire one out, so sure. But I want to learn the cats. Come on, I'm supposed to be dating cats. That's the whole point. I have to leave now. Well. It's quite late by the time I've unpacked and settled myself, but I want to write my journal entry before I sleep. I'm surprised at how shitty it is. I have pulled my sleeping bag right up to my chin, but I still feel goose pimples bloom over my arms. Shivering, I rub them to warm myself up. It makes me smile to think that this inherent reaction to the cold is what will be keeping my new feline friends warm tonight. Goosebumps, I guess. My eyelids closed, thinking of cats and the island and the professor. The world around me drifts away as I float up into a dream, and apparently I'm a snorer. What was that? Was that just him getting drowsy or something? I'm not sure how long I've been asleep, but I wake with a violent jolt that leaves me sitting bolt upright. It's too dark to see anything, but I hear rustling and then a strange electronic noise. One that, in my sleepy confusion, I can't place right away. Oh, I know what that is. The catalog! Acting on instinct, I scramble to my feet and follow the noise out of the tent. Out of the tent? I look around me and my fears are confirmed when I catch sight of a pulsing red light getting fainter in the direction of the forest. Oh boy. Oh boy. Everyone knows how much cats like red lights, don't they? But why would it be taking it before turning it on? What's going on? I snap into action, running as fast as I can. Barefoot, dressed in my pajamas, running at full speed into the forest in the dark of the night. I must be crazy! The words of Professor Popper are ringing in my ears. I need you to protect it above all else. My legs are trembling beneath me. I stop, feeling my heart beat heavy through my body. I wheeze in and out, my breath billowing in front of me in white puffs. Ooh, a lot of kitties. I shouldn't feel like this. Why am I so dizzy? I try to get my bearings and realize I've blundered perilously close to the danger zone. I can just make out the shapes of some large animals in front of me before my eyes close and I drop to my knees. I open my eyes. The calico cat I scanned yesterday is sitting in front of me. She drops the catalog at my feet. Did she take it? I pass out. Hello, can you hear me? Should I be able to? What? What? Are you okay? Why am I hearing cats? What is this? No, what is it? I'm so confused. Don't be ridiculous, Kibbles. It's a human. Oh yeah, yuck, I can smell it now. It smells like a human. I mean, I should look like a human too, right? But, oh, do be quiet. Are they alive? I don't know. I feel like I might have like had a major concussion and I'm hearing things because cats are. Of course it's alive. It's breathing, you imbecile. Why isn't it moving? Would you come on and give them some space? Move back a bit. Yes, then back. Move out of my way. Let me have a proper look. I begin to come to. The Sphinx cat is standing over me as I open my eyes. We stare at each other for a moment while I try to take in what's happening. Yeah, just give me a minute, because I don't really understand either. Is this one defective? Oh, I feel sick. I'm gonna puke. The cats watch me intently. Am I going insane? Ah, my head. What is it chattering about? They're scared and confused. Let me talk to them. Human, are you okay? You! I remember you! You took my catalog! Oh, but I gave it back to you! It's back in your pocket now. I reach into my pocket and realize my hands are scratched to shreds. Ah! Ow, wow! What's going on? What's wrong with my hands? I try to stand. Ow, my feet! What happened to me? Yeah, I guess that's from all the climbing? I told you it wasn't ready for that. What's that? Ready for what? Its anatomical structure is far too delicate. I tried to slow it down. Yeah, Floof, you try restraining a human who's that determined. It was like Margay. Its anatomical structure didn't seem that delicate to me. I was like, oh, what? Doing what? You made your way back to the beach. Okay, but that doesn't explain. I show my bleeding hands. Ah, you crawled, Kara. Kara? Who's Kara? That's not my name. It's a term for endearment. It's an Irish thing. Okay. It's inappropriate. Wait, I crawled? You sure did. Like a cat? Yep. All the way from the mountains? Like a bleeding mountain lion. Impressive. Does crawling and walking on all fours mean the same thing? Because that doesn't mean the same. What? Why? Because you got the sickness. Shush! Maybe you should sit down, human. We need to have a talk. Possibly a long talk. What happened? Talk! Yes, that's right! Since when can cats talk? Oh, for goodness sake. Since the dawn of time, how else do you think we communicate? Yeah, but not with humans? Stop splitting whiskers, Major. You know full well what the human is saying. I think the revelation here, is that you can understand us. Yes, that too. Will someone please explain what the hell is going on? I would love to know what the hell is going on. Well, we don't fully understand everything ourselves, but at least not all the details of how this works. I think being stood in a forest surrounded by a bunch of talking cats is about as much detail as anybody would want. Yeah? Maybe? No? Actually, yes. How the fuck did this happen? Agreed. And more to the point, we were rather hoping you would be able to help us. You are the scientist, after all. What we do know is that the clock has started ticking for you. Has it? Has it? Why? Why is it ticking? What do you mean? Well, there's no easy way to say this to you, Kara. You'll be catified! I'll be what? Whether you help it or not, you don't have a lot of time before catification. If I may, it would seem, and we are basing this on our experiences to date, that when a human manages to find themselves in what I believe you call the danger zone, they are vulnerable in ways that they previously were not. That is to say, you're screwed! I mean, I kind of get that, but screwed in what way? You're not helping! Don't make me... Whoa, Mountain Lion. There'll be no violence of any kind. Forgive me for being a bit panicked here, but the vulnerability to which Snooty Boots was referring is simply put. If you are bitten or scratched by an elder cat within the danger zone, you will begin a process of change that ultimately will result in a full feline transition. Oh. Oh. Okay. So I become a cat, and that's why I start getting into cats. Cool. I guess. Cat's fine. So basically you're telling me I'm a werecat? I look down and amongst the scratches on my hand are 2 distinct puncture marks. The reality of my situation descends on me like a cold mist. Basically, yes. My head is spinning. This is too much for me to take in. Take a breath now, Ka. You're not looking so good. What? Have I started to change? I feel my head for ears, fur. Everything seems to be normal. No, I just meant you're looking a bit shaky. Understandably so. I take a few steady breaths and calm myself. And enough to say. Okay, so what? Give me some data. What have you got so far? Look, we'll answer anything that we can, but the truth is, we have more questions than answers ourselves. So you said you need my help. What exactly would that entail? Well, finding our friends would be a start. Friends? The cats on this island, they're going missing. We don't know what's happening to them. But the body count is rising, and we've hit a wall. A wall of ignorance, maybe? Reddy, how many times do I have to tell you? The Muellers are to blame. Muellers? Okay. How many different new things are there? Come on. Alright, let's keep going. Now, Floofy Boots. There is no need for name calling. Speaking of name calling, I'll remember you to call me Major, madame. Look, they can't help the way they are. It's lack of breeding, you know? Overbreeding, if you ask me. Again, Muellers! The focus, guys. They're the elder cats, the island originals. They can't speak the way we can, hence the derogatory term, Muellers. And how are they to blame exactly? Well, if I knew that, there would have been no need for this elaborate kidnapping. What? You're admitting to... It's hardly proving to be a roaring success after all. Look, Gara. All we really know is that we are no longer safe on this island. The elders who live within the danger zone are hostile towards us. So we're just kind of skipping over the whole kidnapping thing. Not sure why, it's just always been that way. And now, because cats are being taken away, nowhere else is safe here either. You expect the occasional mishap. We live in an undomesticated world here, after all. But lately, cats have been disappearing almost every day. Even the last humans we catified went missing! How many times have you done this? I'm sorry, what? Let's not open old wounds, Kibbles. Yes, onwards and upwards! First things first, this werecat thing. We're just glossing over that multiple people have been catified and that he was kidnapped and... Okay. Fine. Catification! They're very determined on that word. Transition, whatever! How does it work? Time passes, then you transform into a cat. Yeah! It's a gradual process. Different for everyone, but you won't just turn overnight. The clock is ticking, however. The first side effect of the transition is being able to understand us. Well, some of us. Not the elders, obviously. Not all the Not all the domestics, either. Then you have the whole heightened senses thing, the increased agility, the crazy body hair stuff. It's not worry they're human with all the details just yet. I assume there's an antidote? I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed in that assumption. Hang on, you said there was someone else who you'd put in this position. Well, let's hope you're a bit better than they were. Yeah, they also said that they disappeared after being catified, so... unfortunately, they weren't able to discover an antidote to get our friends back. An antidote to get... Wait, so were they catified as well? I know where their notes are, though. Really? Trade. Yes. You help us, and I'll give you their progress reports. So what do you say, Kara? Will you help us? Oh, gosh, do I have a choice? I mean, they have all the cards in their pocket, so not much of a choice, really, is it? Afraid not. Okay, fine. So where do I start? Is there anything you can tell me? Help me track down friends? Will no one listen to sense? Start with the Muellers, and I'll eat my hat if it doesn't end there too. Don't mind him. He's set in his ways. We have every reason to believe the abductions take place in your part of the island. Yes, nowhere near the danger zone or the elders. Oh, that doesn't make much sense. But I suppose nothing does around this place. My catalog starts beeping. Oh, my alarm. I have to get to work. You run along now. We don't want you arousing suspicions with your people. You can meet us later. I'll make sure those reports are in your tent before this evening. Thanks, Kata. You're 1 in a million. I imagine the odds are far greater than that, given your new health status. Go! And thanks for all of us. I think that's a pretty good place to stop. So... oof. Alright, so I've been abducted, I've been turned into a werecat, and I find out this isn't the first time. Now what's strange is they're talking as if they might have been catified as well? It's hard to say for now, but I guess that's what we'll find out later. For now, we'll just end it here, and y'all have a good day. Since you stayed for this long, why don't you leave a like if you liked it, dislike if you, for some reason, stayed and didn't. And check out some of my other videos. I've got Path of Exile and some Fire.